The crafting table, probably the most important item in Minecraft. With it, players can craft godlike items, cool blocks, and anything in between. But what if you can't use one? Today I find out. Starting off in the world, I realized there was two different things I needed: a cleric for ender pearls and a farmer so I could trade the hay I get from the villages for emeralds. So I began searching for different villages, and after a couple, I'd say probably about an hour, I finally found my first one. After finding the village, I immediately began by breaking all the hay bales that I could find as a way to be able to trade them with all the villagers that I'd be finding in my travels. Unfortunately, I could not find a farmer, so I decided to just take all the chests I could find and leave. In my travels, I came across many temples. I found many different items along the way, and finally, after I'd say about another hour or so, I came across Weaponsmith, which was selling 2 iron axes. So I immediately took that and had my first weapon. After a while, I found my first farmer. I decided to begin trading with them. I had many blocks of wheat, so I got around 64 emeralds and took those emeralds and found my first cleric. After a while, I began trading with him as well to try to get him up to the ender pearls. And after around, I think probably 30-40 trades, I finally got him up to the ender pearls. And I got it 10 ender pearls. And I know what you might be thinking. Wait, doesn't an ender portal have like 12 portals? And yes, it does. I was very stupid, and this cost me about, I'd say about an hour and a half of having to come back. So that sucked. After leaving the village, I came across another village which had an armor. And in the armor, the chest, it actually had iron leggings, iron boots, a diamond, and an iron sword. So that was my first armor, and that was the beginning of me collecting as much resources as I could find. After making one last trade, I decided to go to bed for the night, and after waking up in the morning, I immediately started to break more wheat again. I literally didn't stop. This is literally all I did for about 5 or 6 hours. Just break wheat and trade with farmers. It sucked. After trading with them, I came across a abandoned nether portal, found a golden apple and a couple of golden items, and I found some flint and steel, which I knew I needed for the nether portal that I was going to make very soon. After that, nothing really notable happened. Found a couple more things, and then I actually found some dogs. And I immediately started to train up as many dogs as I could find, and I actually got very lucky with all the bones. I used about 3 blown bones for 2 dogs, and did what any man would do, which was send them after a baby cow immediately, try to kill him as fast as I could, and then after that I left. Sadly, nothing too much happened after that. I decided to start making my own mini army of dogs by breeding them together. So that went pretty well. It was at this moment that I realized that I was actually going in a ginormous circle. And I was going around for pretty much like 2 hours in a gigantic circle and did absolutely nothing right. That's the exact same thing I visited like an hour ago. Before I go any further, I realized how boring this freaking video would be. I literally just walked around for like 4 hours. So I'm sorry that you have to watch this stupid video. Again, I literally just did this for like hours. I found different armor. So just do yourself a favor, just don't do this video. Nothing too much happened for a couple more hours. The only thing that's really important is this is the last time I saw my older dog. I don't know what happened to him. He just disappeared, fell off the face of the earth. And as you can see in the next clip, he's just gone. I don't know what happened to him. I think he got lost in the ocean, but again, I have no idea. And also, I found this huge jungle. If you guys do this challenge, you'll find a lot of cool things just traveling around the world for a couple hours. So if you guys want to do that, I highly recommend it. But most of the time, it's just trading with villagers for wheat, emeralds, and sometimes weapons if I can get lucky. After exploring more into the village, I discovered a toolsmith. Decided to go trade him up to see if I can get any nice weapons. He needed iron, so I decided to go try to break the iron with a gold pickaxe, which apparently you can't do. It's like the worst pickaxe in the game. I didn't realize you can't break anything except for coal. Coal and stone. Why? You're telling me that this freaking gold stuff can make apples give you godlike abilities, but it's too much ass that it can break iron? It can't even break regular gold. It's stupid. After realizing I can't break iron, I just decided to go start breaking some coal to see if I could trade it for some emeralds. It still pisses me off. Like, why? It's the worst pickaxe in the game. I didn't realize how bad gold tools are. I mean, I know they were bad, but they're useless. You can't do anything with them. Why? Why, Mojang? Why would you do this? After collecting as much coal as I could find, I decided to go back and start trading with the toolsmith. It barely gave me any emeralds, so then I decided to go try to find some more stuff. Again, I could barely find anything good. I found a couple pieces of obsidian, which I use later in the video, but it's useless for now. After this, I decided to go try to trade with the toolsmith for the bell trade you saw earlier. It was like 32 emeralds, so I thought it was going to be like a good deal, like it was going to boost me up a lot. But no, it's trash. Why? It's 32 emeralds! Makes no sense. After that, I decided to go trade with a freaking cleric because I was a stupid person and thought I could go with 10 eye vendors. I don't understand what I was doing. It was like 4 o'clock in the morning. I was so tired. I just gave up. After that, I decided to go to a toolsmith. I got, I think, 2 stone picks. I believe so. So that was my first stone tools of the game, and I was pretty excited about that. So after that, I decided to go on a little adventure. After visiting a couple more structures, I found an almost completely enclosed nether portal and decided to go into the nether completely unprepared. It was one of the worst decisions of my life. It cost me hours upon hours of struggling in the nether, and you'll see that soon. And honestly, it wasn't worth it. The nether fortress was like 1,000 blocks away. It was ridiculous. And when I tell you this was a nightmare, it was a nightmare. I ended up getting the achievement to visit every single structure or every single biome in the game before I even found the fortress. I searched for like an hour and a half. And I eventually had to actually go back to 0-0 because I thought maybe at 0-0 I'd have a better chance to actually find the freaking fortress. Oh my gosh. It got so bad. I just started building with soul sand. That's how bad it was. I built with soul sand. I kept on getting burnt because it's like 1 block lower than the lava. Sorry, it was just awful. I never want to go to the nether again. I almost ran out of arrows, and after finally, like, I think 4 hours of searching, I finally found the nether fortress. My hunch to search at 0-0 was correct. You could see the coordinates up there. Oh my gosh. It was awful. I hated it. After searching in the nether and finding the blaze spawner, after a couple of minutes of searching, I started killing as many as I could find. I built up this little structure so I could make sure I don't get shot as many times as I needed to. I didn't build it up in this scene, but I hope in the next scene. Oh gosh, did I edit this wrong? Please, no. Please. Okay, I didn't. Oh, thank goodness. Oh gosh, I got scared for a second. Yeah, so as you can see, after a little while, I found a couple of blaze rods. At the end, I believe I got, and after getting about 20 blaze powder, I decided to start heading home. I killed a couple ghasts, tried to fight my way through all those hordes of those. I forgot the name of the pigs, but they're awful. I wasted so many arrows on them. So as you can see in the next scene, I killed the ghast. I got the Return to Sender achievement, which I thought was pretty cool. And I just kept on heading back home. And then I lost all the recordings. I went to bed after this next scene, and I forgot to record. I was so stupid. I forgot to record, so you can obviously see that I just am back here, and this is the first time I started recording again. Me going and finding the stronghold. I'm so mad. I lost like 2 hours of footage. And at the beginning of this recording, it was glitchy. It was glitchy. I'm so sorry. I don't know what I did wrong. After finding it, I realized that I needed more beds. So I decided to do the best thing possible and just steal them from like 4 villages. And at the end of the thing, I had around 10 beds. So after that, I decided to start heading back. And I actually found a desert temple. And in this desert temple, it was insane. I found a golden apple in that chest. I found an enchanted golden apple. And, come on. I don't know why I'm so slow. Come on. And another enchanted golden apple. It was ridiculous. I found 2 enchanted golden apples and 1 golden apple. It was my best luck ever. After finding that, I was feeling pretty good, so I decided to head to the stronghold, as you can see me digging in. And after a little bit of searching, I was very low on health there. I found the end portal, and it had only 1 eye, so I was actually very lucky. I think I had 1 left after all this. So it's insane, but after like 10 to 12 hours of just running around like a chicken with his head cut off, I finally found the end portal, and I was so happy. Jumping in, I spawned on this little obsidian platform like you always do, and decided to immediately start digging up so the Ender Dragon doesn't kill me after 13 hours of work. And I almost die. Like 2 seconds into the end, I almost die. So after building back up, I started digging my way back up again, and after like 10 seconds, I broke through the surface and the battle started. This battle's pretty easy. You guys know how it goes. Shoot down the little tower things so it doesn't regenerate. So after a little while, you get it down to a science and it's pretty easy. So you just have to dodge all these balls, which came in the 1.9 update, which was, I didn't realize for a couple of years because I stopped playing after a while. But yeah, they made the Ender Dragon fight a lot like more challenging, and I actually quite like it. So again, after killing all the towers, I was finally able to start destroying the Ender Dragon, and of course use beds. I didn't know how to do it, and I messed up a couple of times, so I actually practiced in creative mode for a little while to see how to do it without dying. So as you can see, I'm just waiting for the Ender Dragon. I was really scared. I messed up the placement, and I was so scared that I messed it up. But I did it decently. I decided to start eating my enchanted golden apple at that point. I didn't want to die like 10 hours into this challenge, 10, 11 hours into this challenge. As you can see, I'm just waiting for it to get done with a stupid animation. And this one I actually got it down to a science. I was pretty happy with this part of it. My last couple of beds, so I decided to do it one more time. Yeah, I believe one more time. And I was super close to dying right there. It hit me like 10, 15 blocks away from him. I don't realize how big his hitbox is. So that was pretty insane. I was really close to dying. I was been so mad if I did. After a couple more shots, he finally went back into his melee only mode. And after 5 or 6 more shots, I finally defeated it after around 12 to 13 hours. And I would tell you guys my reaction to it, but at that time it was 4 a.m. in the morning, and I was just so done. I didn't have a reaction. But in my inside, I felt like crying. So it was a very cool experience, actually. I recommend doing it if you want to suffer a lot, but if you don't, oh my gosh, I hate this freaking video. By the way, in the comments section, can you guys give me some hints, like tips on editing? This is my first video edit, so it's probably pretty bad. So, and also comment down below what you guys want to see next. I'm always down to do what you guys want to do. So just let me know. And if by any chance you actually did like this video for some reason, I don't know, my jokes were terrible in this, make sure to like and subscribe. It mean a lot to me, and I'll know if you guys like it or not, so I can always make my videos better. Thank you guys. See you guys.